everybody. Welcome to the live show. Welcome to the next show will be better. The next show is going to be better. I probably should at least... No, I got it right the first time. The next show will be better. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Wow. It is appalling sometimes how bad I am. All right. Reset. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. The next show will be better. It's a Christmas special, as you can tell. Good evening. Hello, Manny. Hello, Roy Cousins. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Whew. What a show. Hello, Chris. How are you? Whew. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is the Christmas special. I'm very excited. It's really funny because I'm not really a huge get super excited for Christmas person, but every once in a while the spirit just kind of hits me, and it hit me today. Maybe it's because I was planning this and everything, but I'll take it. So what are we going to talk? We're going to talk about Christmas dishes from around the world today. We're going to talk about some Christmas cracker jokes that are actually really funny. Interesting. We are also going to talk about the history of some Christmas traditions in the UK. And I have some questions for you. And I'm also going to taste some traditional Christmas treats as well. See how that works out. Yeah, here we go. I swear I'm prepared. Hello, Falco. Thank you for joining. Oh, I have a list. Apparently, this list of Christmas cracker jokes is very funny. So we'll see how it goes. And as always, your questions, comments, concerns, super chats, and everything that you want to talk about as well. I've got my Santa hat, which is a little bit small because I got a kid's version by accident, but it's okay. I got my hot cocoa, still piping hot. I don't know if you can see the steam, but I do. I got my treats over here. I got my Christmas cracker. Yeah, let's get into it. Hit the like button, share if you care, and let's kick off this holiday celebration, guys. Let me let you guys know a couple things. As a reminder, I am doing a series for Christmas. It is my 12 Days to Christmas Countdown series. And of course, I didn't put the graphic because I'm not good. Anyway, my 12 faves of Christmas. It's actually 12 faves of Britain. It's going to be counting down to Christmas. Let me just read you the copy that I've got for it. We're counting down to Christmas with a twist. Join me for a festive countdown of my 12 faves of Britain, starting the 14th of December. That's this Saturday, everybody, and continuing every day for the next 12 days until Christmas Day. There will also be a special bonus vlog on Boxing Day. I'll be sharing my all-time favorite British topics. So I'm not going to tell you what they are just yet. But basically, hidden gems of British entertainment and things like that. And it'll be a countdown. So on the 14th it's the 12th day before Christmas. So the 12th day counting down. So it'll be my 12 faves of British something. And then it'll be on Sunday, it'll be my 11 faves of British. Monday will be my 10, and so on until Christmas Day. And with a special vlog on Christmas Day and a special vlog on Boxing Day. So I hope you guys enjoy that. It's just a fun little thing that I thought of to do a little countdown. I do need a break, so I'm going to take it to a couple weeks off over the Christmas break, just to sort some things out in my private life and just to get some rest, to be honest with you, and also prepare some things for the new year for the channel. And these are just, my personal favorites of things that I know about British culture and etc. And in my view, these things specifically are, well, they're very personal to me. And they're also just things that I think make British culture really special and fun. And if you want to know what's on any of the lists, then you're going to have to watch. So there won't be a live stream. Today's my last live stream until New Year's Eve. So we are going to do a New Year's Eve live stream. I don't have specials on the timing or anything yet, but there will be one. So make sure that you you subscribe and you keep an eye on the community post, because I will be posting stuff out about it, okay? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my 12 Faves of Britain. I think it'll be really fun, and I don't know. I've had fun putting the list together and everything, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I've never done a series before, so let me know if it's something that you guys enjoy and all that. Make sure you give me feedback. I say that all the time, as if you guys don't give me a plethora of feedback on just about anything, even when I don't ask for it. All right, let's get into it. I have the first question. I want to start off with just a little topic of discussion, if you guys don't mind. Help me out to understand exactly what the hell Boxing Day is. I know it's the day after Christmas, and I know there's some kind of root in, I've heard, this is what I've heard, so I don't know what's true or what's not, so I need you guys to help me out. I've heard it has something to do with like the like house servants and stuff that had to work on Christmas Day, and they got the day after Christmas off, and they would get like leftover Christmas dinner in a box or something. I don't know if any of that's true. Guys, let me know, please. Let's find out what the hell Boxing Day is. We don't have Boxing Day in America. We barely have Christmas in America. It sounds funny to say that, because it's not like we don't have Christmas in America, but it's definitely not the focus holiday. That's not true either. How do I explain it? Because America doesn't have a designated religion, Christmas is the primary celebration in December by far, but there's lots of other religious celebrations in this December in this timeline. And because we don't have a designated religion, we can't, as a nation, officially hold one holiday over another religious-wise, and it is considered a religious holiday. There are lots of people who actually work on Christmas Day. You might get Christmas Day off. That's about it. You don't typically get Christmas Eve off, and you definitely don't get Boxing Day off. And it's just it's a really different vibe in America as well. It's much more about, okay, get the perfect gift and keep topping yourself every year and make sure you buy for whoever buys for you. And it's not really about like just relaxing and family and, giving gifts for the sake of giving gifts, right? So I'm looking forward to, last year Christmas was good because it was our first Christmas in England. So we celebrated it with family and we had a good time and everything. But I'm looking forward to hopefully having a little bit of a more like calm, just traditional at-home Christmas this year, hopefully. But we definitely don't celebrate Boxing Day, but I've always heard of it because Canada celebrates Boxing Day, typically, as far as I know. And it's really, really weird because I cannot find any like actual just what is Boxing Day kind of articles to talk about. So you guys educate me. It's really strange. I see a lot of like videos and stuff like that about it, or think what people do, what the royals do on Boxing Day and stuff. But you guys tell me, talk to me. Traditionally, it was for house servants to receive presents. So it was presents rather than like food. Is that right? Did they have the day off? Maybe they didn't have the day off. Try not to be too pickled on New Year's. We'll have to see. It depends on what time of day I do it. Yeah, so like they just received, is it like they received presents from their master or their master? It sounds awful. I shouldn't have said it like that. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Receive presents from whomever their employer was. That's the proper way to say it. God, I'm a mess. I was in the middle of doing something, and then I was like, oh crap, it's 8 o'clock. I gotta stop doing that. I get an idea and I start writing down things like as I'm sitting here like mentally preparing for the live stream, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, it's 8 o'clock. Anyways, so Faco says, yes, it was for people in service who had to work the 25th, so they would celebrate on the 26th. Yeah, okay, that's what I get. That makes sense. I wish that I wish we had more time off at the holidays in America. Just don't. I mean, a lot of people take time like in between Christmas and New Year's because schools are closed and stuff, but they don't call it Christmas break. They call it winter break. And then they call it like spring. It's not Easter break, it's spring break. Hello, what is it? Candle Mew 4 TV. Hello. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Everybody, welcome. We're talking about Boxing Day, just in case you're just joining in. If we have any thoughts or anything about anything to share about Boxing Day, let me know. In America a couple times I tried to start this tradition, but it didn't catch on. That at Boxing Day my partner would always have Boxing Day off for obvious reasons, and then I would always take Boxing Day off to celebrate with him. And then we would have like a Boxing Day like celebration, and we would have some family and friends over, and I would make treats, and we'd have Christmas crackers and stuff like that. We did it a few years in a row, and it was really fun and it's successful, but people started to having to work, or they'd have to go away, visit family or in-laws or whatever. So it ended up becoming more work than was actually, anybody was getting out of it, or people couldn't make it. So it was just like, okay, we'll just do our own thing instead. And then we moved here. So now I get Boxing Day all the time. Hi, TJ. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Oh, I'm drinking hot cocoa in honor of Christmas. It's a Christmas celebration that we're having. And to be honest, I just really, I don't know, I was craving hot cocoa. So in America, on New Year's, our thing, not New Year's, on Christmas, our thing was always Christmas Eve for my immediate family, because we would always go to my parents' house on Christmas Day. So this way it was like we would have the whole day. We would try to take the day off, or at least leave early from work, so we would have most of the evening. And we would have our favorite Christmassy snacks, and we would always have hot chocolate, hot cocoa, with these candy canes that were in the shapes of spoons, and they would melt in the hot chocolate and make it a pepperminty, chocolatey drink. It was delicious. I have to see if I can find some for this year. I couldn't find them that last year, but to be fair, I wasn't looking online. I was looking in all the stores because I had this, we're still under this fog that a lot of stuff of American culture would translate at Christmas for some reason. But it's out. You guys definitely do your own thing, Christmas-wise. Manny says Boxing Day is it's great to go out to the shops for bargains. Huh. And also Boxing Day is great for football on TV and scoffing on the leftovers from Christmas dinner. Love it. I could definitely get behind that. I don't know about the football, but I'll do something else, as I usually do. Oh, congratulations on your YouTube channel, Kendall. I hope it's okay if I call you Kendall. If that's aggravating, let me know. Yeah, we do eggnog. That is something. You're right, Chris. We do eggnog, and we usually have some bourbon in it, which, you know, for me, I don't really like eggnog that much, but I drink it for the bourbon. We used to wrap presents on Christmas Eve. One gift to open. We do the one gift to open on Christmas Eve as well. But again, we did that mainly. Our tradition was Christmas Eve was our thing. We would watch a couple Christmas movies, have our favorite Christmas snacks, and we would open a present Christmas Eve. Christmas morning, obviously when my daughter was really little, it was a little different. But lately we've been having a Christmas breakfast, and usually the child makes it, which is kind of cool. And then we would open our present, the rest of our presents, while we were having breakfast, and then we would just either watch another Christmas movie or just chill or chat or whatever until we had to get ready to go to my parents' house. So, and it would be all day at my parents' house because they were insane. They're like the typical like working class family that tries to compensate at Christmas. So they would, because I have a hair on my face. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. So my parents both loved Christmas. So they would always just go overboard at Christmas time. And for them, it was more about quantity than quality. Whereas I personally would rather just have like one or two things I really, really want rather than like 10 presents under the tree. But for them, it was more about the 10 presents. So it's, especially once the kids came, it was insane. Like we basically opened presents all freaking day long. It's so crazy. It's good because I mean, especially when you have the kids, right? They're excited about it and everything. But for me as an adult, I was just like, okay, I don't need another candle or bottle of lotion. I would rather have had the like earrings I wanted instead. But just me. That's just my point of view. But we were much more chilled out Christmas. And this year for Christmas, my daughter's not going to have many presents under the tree because we took her to Milan. So that was part of our Christmas present and our birthday present, obviously. So we're like, yeah, you're going to have a light Christmas this year. The boys still have their Christmas bowl and cup with chocolate oat pillows breakfast. Oh, by the way, the boys are 30 and 33. Oh, I love that, though. That's amazing that they still do that. I love that stuff. I love those types of traditions. Yeah, we're still kind of working on our tradition here because it's so different. When we literally had to get rid of everything when we left, so we don't even have any of our Christmas ornaments or anything like that. So we had to like start all over last year, and so our Christmas tree's like really bare. We don't have a lot of ornaments on it or anything, and because we just haven't gone to the shops to get more. But my daughter made a comment. She's like, "I miss our old Christmas trees where they're filled with ornaments." But we'll have to that's what starting over is about. I have not had my Yorkshire wrap yet, Chris. We actually went to over the weekend. We went and did some Christmas shopping, and at the shopping center we knew had the Christmas wraps or the Yorkshire wraps last year. They do have a stand, but it was closed. So hopefully we can go back this weekend. Maybe and it'll be there. I'd love to. Oh my gosh, you cook for, oh wait, how many people is that, TJ? So it's you, 2, 7, 11, like 11 or 12 people you cook for? Jesus. Although I say that when my sister was alive, my dad was alive, and we would get together, it would be like 10. It would be like 2, 5. Yeah, it'd be 10. So yeah, Chris, that was our thought. The shops were all open and everything, but a lot of the stands were closed, and we thought it was because of the weather, because it was pretty nasty this weekend. We went to Rochester this weekend to see the Dickens festival, and we got all the way to Rochester, and we saw a sign that it was canceled. And we're like, damn it! But obviously, it was because of the weather. TJ, Boxing Day after I sober up. Which I love. Buy crackers and wrapping paper for next year. I used to do that for the holidays all the time. Like I would go on like my lunch break and stuff, even for like Halloween and Thanksgiving, all that stuff. Because I'm pretty cheap. All right, so Boxing Day just sounds like a fun, relaxing day, which I think it's great. I love it. While we're going to do a react now, it's going to be the Christmas dishes from around the world. While we're doing that, I want you guys to put in the chat what you guys typically have for Christmas dinner or snacks, or what are your essential staples for Christmas food-wise in your homes. Click the share button. Oh! All right, let's see how we do here. So this is from Anglophenia.
Christmas. Whether you're hanging stockings around the fireplace on Christmas Eve or waiting for a kind yet ugly witch on a broomstick to appear on January 6th, there's one thing most Christmas celebrations all have in common.
Wait a second. A witch on January 6th. Now, obviously, as an American, January 6th has a different meaning to me lately. But a witch in January. I've never heard that. This is amazing. I have to check into that a little bit more.
Food, and lots of it. Yep, the turkey isn't the only thing that gets stuffed at this time of year. So put on your favourite stretchy pants as we feast our eyes on Christmas foods from around the world. Hi, I'm Kate, and this is Anglophenia. Now, if you've already seen our episode on how to have a British Christmas, which you should totally check out, by the way, you'll know that most Brits usually enjoy a roast turkey served with Brussels sprouts, roasted veg, gravy, and either boiled, mashed.
Okay, if we go back to that, right? That, to me, that looks great. Pigs in the blanket, and the sprouts, I'm not big on sprouts, but that looks great. Other than the potatoes being roasted instead of mashed, it looks like a Thanksgiving dinner for an American Thanksgiving dinner. And there's not much difference between that and a traditional Sunday roast anyway. I might be a tad biased because I grew up having lasagna for my Christmas dinner. So maybe it's just me. But to me, it looks like either, I mean, yes, it definitely looks like a Thanksgiving dinner as well. But to me, it looks like a traditional like Sunday roast dinner. Oh, so it doesn't feel as, Christmas dinner is really, really special here in a lot of homes, in a lot of people's traditions on how they celebrate. But to me, it doesn't look that tradition. It doesn't look that special, in my opinion. Please don't hate.
Turkey served with Brussels sprouts, roasted veg, gravy, and either boiled, mashed, or roasted potatoes. Heck, we might even have all three during our lunch on Christmas Day. This is often followed by Christmas pudding, which is set on fire before being served with brandy butter. Watch out, as there's often a lucky coin hidden somewhere in the middle, so chew carefully. Mince pies are everywhere and are in fact filled with a mixture of dried fruit and nuts, known as mincemeat, not actual meat as some people mistakenly believe. They are super delicious and slightly Moorish. But if you think us Brits are a little peculiar, you should see what Iceland tucks into on Christmas. Iceland, on Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donna and Blitz.
Can I just tell you one thing? It's one of my bucket listings to do Christmas in Iceland or Greenland, like one of the Scandinavian places, like really close to the North Pole. I think I would probably be done with it like within a couple hours, but I would think it would be really, really cool to do one day. I've heard Lapland is really cool as well around Christmas, so maybe I'll just settle for that. But it is one of my dreams to do something like that on Christmas, or around Christmas at least.
Wait, has anyone actually seen Blitzen lately? Perhaps now would be a good time to mention Iceland's festive fare, which can include roasted reindeer for Christmas. Although sometimes they'll choose puffin or grouse instead. They tend to fast in the weeks leading up to Christmas, which generally means avoiding meat. So to celebrate the last day of fasting on December 23rd, they feast on a traditional dish of boiled potatoes and fermented skate, which, as you can imagine, is rather pungent. To avoid filling their homes with a funky, fishy fragrance, many people choose to eat this traditional dish out at a restaurant instead. Great idea. France, a far more appetizing tradition.
I've never had skate, but lots of people have told me here, actually, in the UK, that it's really, really good. Let me know if you guys think it's something I should try.
Often enjoyed in the Provence region of France is the offering of 13 desserts, which are created in honor of Christ and his 12 apostles. These are left out for 3 days for people to snack on, although I doubt they'd last that long in my house. The main Christmas dinner traditionally occurs on Christmas Eve in France. Turkey and goose are favoured, often filled with a chestnut stuffing. Yummy. Germany.
I've never had chestnut stuffing, but everybody in America talks about chestnut stuffing. I don't understand why. I've never even had a chestnut, but is it really, really good? I don't know.
Roasted goose and red cabbage are the stars of Christmas dinner in Germany, but their most famous food is Stollen, a sweet fruitcake often baked into a hump to symbolize camels who carried the 3 wise men to Jesus.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of fun. I am not surprised that Germany is like big on cabbage though. Duh.
The stars of Christmas dinner in Germany, but their most famous food is Stollen, a sweet fruitcake often baked.
Look at that, it looks so cute. I love it. I don't know if I'll eat it because I don't know what fruit's in it, but it looks great.
A sweet fruitcake often baked into a hump to symbolize camels who carried the 3 wise men to Jesus. The Germans believe that if you do not dine well on Christmas Eve, you'll be haunted by demons. So there's really no excuse not to enjoy an extra slice of Stollen or two. Actually, just keep them coming. You can never be too careful. Japan. In Japan, nothing screams Christmas more than a bucket of KFC. And I'm not pulling your turkey leg. This is actually true. As a result of an extremely...
Oh, a KFC. Is that because I'm trying to predict what the reason would be, but I can't even think of one. Let's find out.
Successful marketing campaign by the finger-licking fast food chain during the 70s, the Colonel convinced a nation who traditionally didn't celebrate Christmas that the festive bucket of fried chicken was the best way to celebrate on the day. Even now...
That's pretty funny. Of course, an American company commercialized it like crazy, that it convinced a group of people that that is what you should traditionally have for Christmas. Whew.
People in Japan will queue around the block to make sure that they have a Kentucky Fried Christmas. India. Christians in India celebrate Christmas by eating traditional biryani or curry dishes, which are often followed by a sweet and milky pudding known as kheer. Curries have also become a popular way of using up leftovers here in the UK and are a bit of a signature dish on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. Italy. In Italy, instead of roast meat, they favour fish and celebrate by making the famous Feast of Seven Fishes, which usually features a plethora of different seafood dishes, such as cod, clam linguine and calamari. The number of dishes served can vary from region to region, as can the type of fish, but no matter how many fish you eat or how they are served, they will all be enjoyed on Christmas Eve instead of Christmas Day. Christmas Day lunch in Italy usually kicks off with pasta in broth. Eel apparently once featured as the main event on Christmas Day, but this has since been replaced by roast turkey in many parts of Italy. And of course, it wouldn't be Christmas in Italy without a bit of panettone. Australia. Despite Christmas falling in the heat of the summer, the Australians still enjoy a traditional British-style Christmas feast, although a barbecue is just as popular. Australians often prefer a pavlova for dessert, which is mostly meringue topped with fruit and cream.
Okay. That pavlova thing.
Feast, although a barbecue is just as popular. Australians often prefer a pavlova.
That looks incredible. I love strawberries. That looks incredible.
For dessert, which is mostly meringue topped with fruit and cream. Although a traditional Christmas pudding is also popular. And during the gold rush, a lucky gold nugget was often hidden inside instead of a coin. You could say it was a rather rich dessert. Argentina. Another country that celebrates Christmas during their summer months is Argentina, where the main Christmas feast is enjoyed on Christmas Eve. Viteltone is the traditional dish of the day and was originally brought over by Italian immigrants in the late 1800s. It's made up of sliced veal, which is covered in a tuna and mayonnaise sauce with capers, which isn't exactly to everyone's taste, but then again, neither are Brussels sprouts. The US. As many of you will know, Americans usually enjoy a good roast for Christmas lunch, although owing to the fact that many have already gobbled up as much turkey as they can during Thanksgiving, they'll usually feast on ham or roast beef. For dessert,
or lasagna.
It wouldn't be Christmas without a pumpkin or apple pie. Oh, let's not forget the eggnog. Easily done though if you have one too many. What would make your ideal Christmas lunch? Perhaps you'd like to mix and match from around the world.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Guys, like that is the whole reason why we had lasagna, was because my mom didn't want to have turkey again because we just had it a couple of weeks ago. It was big, Thanksgiving's a big turkey feast with all the trimmings and everything anyway. So she was wanting to do something different. And she always made her own sauce, her own red sauce and stuff. So for her, I guess that's why she landed on it. And it was great. She would make a few different kinds. One would be like plain, one with different kinds of meat in it and stuff. She'd also make homemade fresh bread to have with it. And you just have a salad and stuff with it. So that was our Christmas dinner most of the time. It was good. I'm not gonna lie. We got leftovers, so I liked it. But I know a lot of people have ham on Christmas in America. I know a lot of people that do that. Let's catch up with y'all. Whew. It was good though. That palava thing looks amazing. I can't wait to try it. I definitely gotta try it. FC I'm gonna butcher your name and I'm really, really sorry. Abdurazak. I apologize. Any advice for someone moving to America? I guess it depends on where you're moving and why. But the biggest advice would be make sure that you're really, really good with your budgeting, because America is very expensive. And depending on where you live, it can be much, much more expensive. Hopefully you're in a position where that's not going to affect you, but that would be my first piece of advice. My second piece would just be, if you get the opportunity to travel throughout America, do as much as you can, because there's tons and tons of stuff to see, and the landscape's so different as you go from one coast to the next and from north to south. So if you get a chance to do that, I would definitely recommend that too. Which part of America are you moving to? I'm curious. Oh, and don't be offended when Americans are much more direct to you, because it's the thing. That's just how we are. We don't necessarily mean it to be mean or anything, and not everybody's blunt. We're still polite and everything, but they'll be much more direct, and it could be difficult for someone who's not used to it. I get a lot of heat sometimes because people take me the wrong way just because I'm being direct, and they think I'm trying to be rude or impolite. So just I would throw that out there. Do you enjoy the festivities more in the US or the UK? I don't know. I've only been here just about 2 years. So this is only my second Christmas here in the UK officially, though I have been back once or twice before to celebrate Christmas with family. But I like it better here because I get more time off to celebrate. So, of course, anytime that I don't have to work, I'm always going to like that more. But I think I need another Christmas or two under my belt to really compare it. Abbott Ale and brandy chasers. What kind of? I've had blackberry brandy and I love it. So what's Abbott Ale? I assume is an ale. Obviously, I didn't have to ask that question. What kind of brandy though? Don't go. They're all over here. I'm not sure what you're referring to, TJ. Sprouts just make you fart. I never really liked sprouts anyway. So, yeah, I should go to Lapland. I should try that. I definitely want to. I've heard it's great. Everyone here talks about it. A lot of people that I've run into and had conversations with about traveling and stuff, they all talk about it. So, Brits would never have turkey for a Sunday roast, only at Christmas. Oh, okay. TJ, this is TJ. This is what she cooks for her brood. Turkey, ham, chicken, roasted potatoes, mashed potatoes, honey glazed carrots and parsnips, bacon sprouts, peas, cauliflower, broccoli, Yorkshire pudding, pigs in a blanket, and 2 types of gravy. Dang, that's a lot of food. I don't know how you do that, TJ. I'm not a cook at all. Lapland is in Finland. Why did I thought it was somewhere else. I'm actually confusing it with something else. But thank you for telling me. Yeah, I definitely want to try it. Christmas, there's more. There's more. Christmas pudding, brandy sauce, Arctic roll, which I don't know what that is. Cheesecake and gâteau. Is that what that is? I don't know what Arctic roll and gâteau are. My sister used to make cheesecake at Christmas. She would make it at Christmas and Thanksgiving and birthdays. Hi, Sam. Thanks for joining. Chris, you like Pablo? It's really good. Eggnog was a British invention. I wonder why it's like not really still a big thing here. Carrot and swede mash. Horrible stuff. Why do you make it? Pavlova. Oh. Oh. Okay. I wonder if I'll ever pronounce anything right the first time. Apple pie is also originally from Britain. Well, to be fair, a lot of Americans were originally from Britain, so. Napoleon or any brandy, really. That's my boy. All right, you guys want to see me taste some mince pies? So I got this one. Someone told me this is a traditional mince pie. It says short crust pastry cases filled with minced meat, which we've learned is not meat, it's fruit, which is very confusing, but very British to use the same thing. Topped with a pastry lid and light dusting of sugar. What's Yule log? I had Christmas pudding and I hated it. What's Yule log? Okay, here we go. Snowflake. Wait. That was all pastry, so the pastry's good though. Let me try that again. Get some filling in it. So like, what is the fruit inside of it? Is it raisins? It's raisins. Oh, I knew it. I could taste it. I don't hate raisins. Raisins are currant, so I don't know, but it's. I hate raisins. Why did it just say raisins? Is there more than one meat? More than one meat. More than one fruit in it? What does it say? Apple puree. I tasted the apple. Yep, raisins. Fucking told you. Raisins suck. And mixed peel. I tasted the apple, and then I was like, oh, that's all right. It tastes kind of like an apple pie. And then I tasted the raisin, and that's what ruined it for me. If it was just like a little bit of apple, I probably would like it, to be honest with you. It's not that bad. Well, I'm not going to finish it because of the raisins. Okay. The next I got is another kind, which is a specially selected one. It's for maple and pecan tarts. I love pecans, so I thought it'd be worth trying. All butter pastry packed with caramel or caramel, depending on where you're from in America, flavor, filling, and a pecan toffee flavor sponge topped with maple buttercream, finished with gold sugar crunch and a sugar dusting. Holy crap. Does it say what the fruit is on the inside? I want to get called out again. It doesn't say. I can't see if it says it. Well, let's try it. Let's see. Okay. It's better than the other one. The buttercream on top tastes like icing that we use on our cakes in America. It's very sweet, but it is good. This one's much better. I don't know if there's raisins in it, though. That might be the kicker. This one is much better. This one I might finish. So sweet, though. Jesus Christ. Insanely sweet, but good. I don't know if I could have more than one of those. That's the last of my cocoa. So it's about which type of mince pie to get. Apparently, don't get the traditional one. Oh. Ulag is an alternative to Christmas pudding. Tell me what ulag is. Oh, I see. Others like the carrot and swede. I like swede, though. I've had swede mash. I like it. It's illegal to eat mince pies before the king? What are you talking about? What does that mean? Like, before the king meaning in front of the king, or before the king eats his? Yeah, it's definitely a no for me on the first pie. Definitely. And I literally thought it was meat too, because you guys say mince for mince meat. And you guys have, all kinds of pies with meat in it and stuff like that. So I thought it was some kind of like traditional meat pie. Saying some keyboardist crap on small screens, random, okay. Yeah. You love a dessert, an Aran roll, which contains chocolate and is topped up with icing sugar and can be served with cream. Interesting. That sounds like something I would like. You see my Christmas dinner from last year when we went to London, and we had Creole, Southern food. It was an American restaurant that did American Creole, which is like a Southern Louisiana type food. It was delicious, but my partner had the Christmas pudding, and I hated it. I definitely spit it out. Mincemeat was used as a replacement for meat when the poor couldn't afford it. So they used fruit and called it mincemeat. Yeah, I would much rather have a pot noodle. I have a more savory palate than a sweet palate as I've gotten older. Yeah, pecans are the best. Arctic roll is ice cream inside a sponge. That sounds fantastic. My favorite thing in America, my favorite cake, is called ice cream cake. And you wouldn't have it with sponge, but you might have it with like a piece of just like angel cake, like a light sponge kind of cake with it. But it was 2 layers of one was chocolate and one was vanilla ice cream, and it had a cookie crumb in the middle. And then it had icing on top. So bad for you, but it was really good. So I can guarantee that I would love an Arctic roll. Yule refers to the time around Christmas. Right. My bad, Manny. Yeah. I just thought it was named after someone. 1 or 2 mince pies over the whole of December. Yeah, people go crazy for them. Like people brought them in at work, and people were like all over them. They had 2 or 3 at once, and I was just like, I'm not interested in that right now. I think I ate my salad. All right, let's talk crackers. It's Christmas. Let's do it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I love these. I think they're fun. I really, really like doing the Christmas crackers. That's the funny jokes. We'll do that in a minute. This is my toy. And I'm supposed to separate it. Should I try to separate it? It tells me how. Let's see if I can follow directions. Let's see if I can follow directions, you guys. I bet you I'm going to get sick of this before I do anything with it. It keeps rolling up on me. Okay. No, I don't think that's right either. Got that far. I don't think it's right though. Okay, you're supposed to do that. And then something like that. And then like that. And then like that. And then it's supposed to come apart, but it doesn't. How's that gonna happen? There's no hat. There's no hat. There's no crown. Oh, well, this is, yes, there is. It was silver. I thought it was part of the packaging because it was silver. I tore it. Don't mind my hair. It's a mess because I've had a hat on all day because it's been raining outside. It's quite large. The Santa hat's too small and the crown's too big. Am I like a princess now? The Countess. I call myself the Countess of Mandyland. The Countess of Mandyland. And you are all my subjects. So hit that like button and send me super chats. Just kidding. All right, let's read our jokes. You ready? How much did Santa pay for his sleigh? Nothing, because it was on the house. Christmas conundrum. You would get this if you stayed out in the snow too long. A frost. That's not a joke. That's just a conundrum. Just FYI. All right. You'll, U-Y-L-E, never guess. Ready? Let's see if you guys can get this little quiz. Ready? In the Christmas Carol, good King Wenceslas. Good King Wenceslas. I'm going to go with that. Oh, here, let me type it in the chat for y'all. You can make fun of me for saying it wrong. Good King Wenceslas. In the Christmas Carol, Good King Wenceslas. I don't know the Christmas Carol. How many saints' names were mentioned? Was it 1, Stephen, 2, Stephen and Agnes, C, none, or D, 3, Agnes, Arnold, and Steve? Anybody? Anybody? Stephen, that's your guess. That was number 1. Anybody else? What is the elf and safety? I don't know what that is. Chris, I need a P.O. box. Why? Are you going to send me something? You going to send me $1 million so I can do this full time? Because I'm so good at it. Sam says 2. It's 2. St. Agnes and St. Stephen's was mentioned. Okay. I don't know why those are considered posh. That one's considered posh. I honestly just got them from wherever we got. I think I got them from where we got our Christmas decorations from, which I can't even remember where. You guys want to send me stuff? I have to look into that. I don't know how much a P.O. box costs, but I would enjoy that. Thank you. That's very, very thoughtful of you. I had so many of those cracker toys that I could do it in a flash of an eye. A Mrs. Claus outfit. TJ says, I think that they only eat them because it's Christmas and they have to. The mince pie is right. Elf equal health and safety. I'm sorry, Sam, I don't get it. Am I being a complete tool? Traditional green outfit. Mrs. Claus doesn't wear green, does she? I don't know very much about Mrs. Claus. But what we're going to do, explain yourself, Chris. What you're going to do is we're going to talk about Christmas cracker jokes now. Actually, you guys decide. Do you want, what do I have on my list here? Christmas cracker jokes, or react to the history of Christmas traditions in the UK. I feel like jokes might be a lot more fun. While you guys chew on that and decide, I'm going to share the results of our poll. The rendition of the movie editions of the Christmas Carol by Let me start over. We did a poll. A poll about the best movie rendition of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. So I want to see what your guys' results are. Where are my slides? Ah, there we are. All right, so just to recap, these were the options. We had 1951 film of Scrooge with Alastair Sim, which happened to be my dad's favorite. A Christmas Carol, a 1984 film with George C. Scott. The Muppets Christmas Carol with Sir Michael Caine playing Scrooge. Or a 1970 film Scrooge with Albert Finney. All fantastic actors. Have I seen them all? I think I've seen all of them, but the George C. Scott one. So if you didn't vote in the poll, shame on you, but it's okay, I forgive you. Put your vote in the chat now, but let's see the results. You guys can't see that, can you? Let me make it bigger for you. So the results are we had 113 votes. That's awesome. So 4% went to the George C. Scott Christmas Carol. 21% of the vote went to the Albert Finney Scrooge in 1970. 33% of the vote went to the 1951 Scrooge by Alastair Sim, and 42% went to the Muppets Christmas Carol. What? I have to admit, a little surprised by that. I thought because British people were so much more traditional and Christmas is so huge here that it would be something a little bit more traditional. But I kind of like it because Muppets Christmas Carol is the Christmas Carol movie that we watch on Christmas Eve every year in my family. It's huge. We love it. We know it by heart. We sing the songs. And I love Michael Caine, so I'll pretty much watch anything he's in. So I'm kind of chuffed that that's everyone's favorite so far. I'm loving it. Although now that I think about it, because of your sense of humor and stuff, it seems like that might be something that's a little bit more for modern day England and the rest of the UK. That is because it's just like it's just a fun version, right? It's serious. They do take it seriously. They tell a story seriously, and all the lessons are still in there, but it's a fun version. And that's really what the Muppets are, right? So yeah, that kind of made my night. Thanks, guys. Thank you for all who participated. I appreciate it. I'm going to be putting more polls out and stuff throughout the season, the rest of the season and everything. So you guys know we do a poll every Friday. Usually it's a random thing about something I'm thinking about, or maybe something about a video that I'm working on to put it out there. But yeah, I put out some extra stuff for Christmas and New Year's. So make sure you tune into our community tab, especially if you're a subscriber. Appreciate it. Good King Wenceslas. Czechoslovakia, now Czech Republic, Prague. Oh, okay. Oh, you leave the H off elf and safety. I get it. I get it. It takes the Americans some time. Sorry. I got it. The original one, you think is the original one Alistair Sims? Not Alistair Sims one. Is it Alistair Sims? Which one is the one that's on my head? Yeah, it's the Alistair Sim one. Yeah. That's the original one, right? Yeah. Yeah, that was always my dad's favorite. He loved it. He watched it every Christmas Eve. I know, I'm so excited that the Muppets won, and it really made my night. Ooh, fun fact from TJ. Muppets was filmed and released in the UK first. The USA didn't want Muppets. That doesn't surprise me. I'm sure that they thought it was too silly or something like that and beneath them. And then all of a sudden it was a hit and we're like, oh no, we'll have that now. As they do with a lot of UK things. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, Sam. Thank you. I appreciate you looking out. Yes, I did. Yes, Chris, I literally have been trying to watch this one for the last few years, and every time I find it, you got to pay for it, and I'm too cheap. I do really want to see it because I really like Patrick Stewart as well, and I have not seen it, and I heard it's the one that's the closest to the book. Like, it's very, very close to the book, so I'm very interested in that. We had to read the book in school, middle school, so it was it's 7th grade, so that's like year 8 for you guys, I think, something like that. We had to read it and analyze it and study it and everything in our literature class. I remember, and I really liked the book. I always thought it was fantastic. But the movies, for the most part, are pretty good too. And the Muppets movie is amazing because it's the Muppets. All right. Do we want to watch a 10-minute video about the history of Christmas traditions in the UK, or do we want to do some Christmas cracker jokes? Chat decides. We'll have a little bit more of this pecan thing while y'all decide. It is really good. Video. Chris says the video. Bid, let's go. All right, 2 votes for the bid. Let's go. All right.
Here in the UK and at the University of Southampton, we celebrate a whole range of Christmas traditions. Like most international holidays and festivals, these traditions involve celebration, decoration, indulgence, and most importantly, food. Whether that's sending a Christmas card to loved ones, decorating your Christmas tree, or roasting a turkey in the oven, we stick to our traditions religiously. Funny enough, when looking at the history of this holiday, religion plays quite an important role. Christmas, but not as we know it, all began with the birth of Christ, Jesus of Nazareth. It's all in the name Christmas, literally meaning the Mass of Christ. To Christians, the nativity of Jesus marks the birth of their religion and is annually celebrated and recreated in both churches and schools across the UK during festive season. Essentially, we don't know when Jesus was born, but the date, the 25th of December, was selected, the start of the winter solstice, in the Roman calendar. According to the Roman theologian Augustine of Hippo, yep, that was his name, Jesus selected the shortest day of the year for symbolic reasons, so that from this point onwards, the days would only lengthen and brighten.
I see why they did that, like from an intelligence point of view, but like they're still going to get shorter later on in the year. They get shorter leading up to it. It doesn't really make sense. Like I understand, yes, that obviously you're leading up to the summer solstice, but in the middle of the year, they start getting darker again. I guess he's supposed to be what drives us out of the darkness into the light. Is that true? I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time since I've read the Bible, so or been to a church for a service. So I'm not a religious person, so I'm trying to learn. But I guess that's the thought process.
But don't worry if this all seems a bit complicated, because in all honesty, it really is. But don't stress. If you want to find out more about the ancient history of Christmas, or just simply want to show off to your friends and family at the Christmas dinner table, then Hartley Library is the perfect place for you, as it has plenty of books on the subject. But enough about ancient history. You want to know more about the modern traditions we celebrate in the UK at Christmas. So let's talk about that. It may be difficult to imagine, but here in Britain, Christmas as we know it was barely celebrated up until the mid to late 19th century. In fact, many people and corporations didn't even recognise it as a holiday. But that was soon to change with the accession of Queen Victoria, and primarily her marriage to the German-born Prince Albert. Albert was keen on bringing over European traditions to the wider population in Britain. Many credit these two to having brought over the most recognisable aspects of Christmas we see here today. First,
okay, that makes complete sense to me, because from an American standpoint, our link to Christmas is traditionally British. And since a lot of the Charles Dickens, obviously Christmas carols, responsible for the influence of the modern day Christmas celebrations, but it's obviously set in Victorian times, right? And it makes complete sense. And there's not a lot of history from an American standpoint before Victorian times as far as Christmas is concerned and how they celebrate and stuff. We don't really learn a lot about other cultures. Sad to say, but it's the truth. So if it's not like directly related to us, whereas Britain is directly related to us, then we don't really know. But I do know that the Christmas tree, I think, came from Germany. Is that right? And obviously Jesus was Middle Eastern and that kind of stuff. But that makes total sense. That fits totally for me.
Came the Christmas tree, often pine or made artificially. In 1848, the Illustrated London News published a drawing of the royal family celebrating beside a decorated Christmas tree. And it wasn't long before almost every family in Britain had a tree of their own, bedecked with small gifts, sweets and candles. Funny enough, this legacy of tree decoration leads to 15,000 people needing to visit the emergency room in hospital every year. At least they don't have to decorate a tree this big, eh?
Duh, the fire! I am hugely huge. This is something you guys are going to learn about me. I'm not scared of fire, but I am very particular about open flame. Like, I would never leave a candle unattended. I would never leave a fire. I mean, you shouldn't leave fires or candles unattended anyway, but like the thought of putting live candles on a Christmas tree, to me, makes my head explode. I hate like even a piece of paper sitting next to a candle in a glass that's lit, because I'm worried that it's going to get too hot and catch fire. So I'm just like, every time I think about the fact that Victorian people had like candles lit all over their Christmas trees with like paper ornaments and like toys underneath made of wood and all that, I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? You're burning your house down. You're like, it's a perfect storm to burn your house down. What's wrong with you?
Prince Albert himself does kind of two really important things in relation to Christmas. So the first thing he does is to introduce Christmas trees, which are a German tradition. The second thing that Prince Albert does is he's very involved in the Great Exhibition of 1851. And the Great Exhibition brings across a whole load of ideas from different countries, but also pushes on industrialization in Britain. And that affects Christmas in a direct way because it allows us to, for example, produce things like Christmas cards and Christmas crackers, and it allows us to have different types of food at Christmas as well. So the Christmas card is developed by a gentleman called Henry Cole, and Henry Cole was very influential at the Great Exhibition of 1851. He's instrumental.
Do you all do Christmas cards still? Is that still a thing here? Like, do you send them? I know I put a poll out, but I didn't get a chance to look at it. I'll see if I can pull up the results, but do people still do that?
And a number of kind of key innovations during the Victorian period, including the introduction of the penny postal system, which allows people to send mail very cheaply. It's a great innovation, but Henry Cole kind of wants it to be used more. And at Christmas time, he notices that all of the messages that he's getting from family and friends are starting to kind of build up, and he wants a quick way to respond to these. So he asks a friend of his to create a card. It's just a postcard. And on it is an illustration of Henry and his family, and it's 3 generations. So it's him and his wife, their children, and a couple of grandchildren as well. And that's in a coloured central panel in the middle of the postcard. And either side are 2 black and white illustrations, which represent giving to the poor. So it's a kind of twin message of celebration with family and also of charity. And this
that's really cool. That's clever. It's really smart. I like that.
Forms the first Christmas card. That's where Christmas cards sort of start. Christmas crackers are supposedly, and this is a very kind of, I think this is one of those stories that you need to sort of approach carefully. So the gentleman called Tom Smith, who is a confectioner, so he makes sweets, and he goes on a trip to Paris, and he sees the Paris bonbons, which are basically sugared almonds in little kind of coloured paper wrappers. And he thinks, oh, these are nice. I'll bring these back to England and do something similar. So he creates these, and he thinks, well, why not kind of produce them as a sort of Christmas thing and put a little riddle or a little motto inside them. He thinks they're great, but they don't sell very well. And this is in the 1840s, so it's kind of quite early on. So he continues to kind of play around with the idea, and story has it, so it's kind of a legend, that he sits in front of the fire one evening, he sees kind of the logs crackling, and he thinks, oh, I could make my little bonbons more exciting by having a crack when you open up the wrapper. But this is quite an early kind of idea, and it takes him about 10 years. We're pushing kind of towards 1860 before he's worked out how to make it work. But he does kind of create a prototype cracker. So it looks like a kind of, his early crackers look like a large sweet wrapper. So kind of with the central body and then the 2 pieces at the end. And then running through them is kind of the traditional little paper that when you pull means that you get that lovely kind of crack. So he is traditionally associated with creating the first cracker. Here you go, Luke.
Come on. Both Cole and Smith's inventions profited immensely from the coinciding industrial boom occurring in Britain at the time. Colour printing technology had become more and more advanced, and so these previously luxury items now fell in price and became more affordable to the entire population. After the death of both these inventors, both Christmas cards and crackers evolved and became more elaborate in design. Christmas crackers, for example, were soon filled with paper crowns, symbolising the three wise men, then poems, and eventually jokes and limericks in the 1930s, once the tradition of celebrating Christmas with family and friends was fully established. Suits me, I think. Christmas cards and crackers have become a hugely...
He did not seem happy to have, like, he totally did that for the camera, but he was definitely annoyed that his hair got messed up. You could see that in his face.
significant part of the festive season. In fact, in 1880 alone, 11.5 million of these things were sold by the card industry. This, of course, being the first ever card design. From this point onward, the commercialization of Christmas has grown exponentially. Hang on, just going to post this. The ever-growing commercialization of Christmas means one thing: buying a whole lot of presents. To Christians, gift-giving at Christmas is symbolic of the tributes paid to baby Jesus during the story of the Nativity, but the tradition actually goes all the way back to the ancient Roman period, and the festivals celebrated then in December, such as Saturnalia. Really, the tradition has occurred ever since. And now, of course, we have the gift giver himself, Santa Claus, who can actually be traced back to Saint Nicholas, a selfless Greek monk born in the 3rd century AD. Throughout the Middle Ages, St. Nicholas was transformed from a protector of church doctrine, orphans and prisoners, to the bearer of gifts. But the Santa Claus you and I know today looks very different to how St. Nicholas would have looked like in the Middle Ages. It was actually the company...
It's a huge controversy in America for some ridiculous reason, because Coca-Cola, I think it was, had the modern American traditional look of what Saint Nick or Santa Claus is in America for commercial purposes, and he's white. And like people in someone just texted me, sorry about that. People in America, for some reason, because Santa Claus is universal now, obviously everyone imagines Santa Claus to be whatever their local ethnicity is, whatever. And like if there's a Black Santa or a Asian Santa or a Hispanic Santa or somebody like that in America, like on a postcard or something, people get fucking crazy and freak out. There's like a war on Christmas and stupid crap like that. So it's so stupid. It's a universal world now. Like, just live with it.
Coca-Cola, who first envisaged Santa Claus in his famous red and white suit, whilst they were drawing sketches for their 1930s advertising campaigns. But the Christmas market isn't all about material items. There's also food and drink too. The history of Christmas cuisine, like the history of Christmas itself.
I love Christmas markets. It's definitely one of my favorite ways to shop here.
Goes back years and years. Our traditional turkey was actually only native to the Americas until the 16th century, before, legend has it, it was first eaten by King Henry VIII on Christmas Day. It didn't become the main preference until the Victorian era, however. But since the turn of the 20th century, our Christmas dinners have included a whole range of different foods, from roast potatoes to stuffing to everyone's favourite, Brussels sprouts. But the scary little green things aren't the only things imported from Europe that we here in the UK love to eat. Recently, the UK has embraced festive cuisines from all around the globe. You'd really struggle to walk through a Christmas market here in Southampton without trying some German beer, pretzels or sausage, having a drink of French mulled wine, or taking a sip of eggnog, a tradition born in the USA. Well, actually England, but you know what I meant.
Okay. I have a confession to make. I'll make it at the end of the video.
So, no matter how you celebrate,
That fucking sausage sandwich was humongous. Jesus Christ.
the festive season, no matter who you are or where you're from, Christmas has always been a time to spend with loved ones. Merry Christmas from the University of Southampton.
Oh, that was cute. Some of that stuff I knew. Like, I knew the German thing. I knew the Coca-Cola thing. Hold on. I fixed my tiara, my crown. My countess crown. But some of it was interesting. I didn't know about the card thing, and I really liked that. And I really liked. I didn't realize that something like that the traditional Christmas do stuff kind of came from from Prince Albert's influence on the country. That's really cool. I like that. So it's like it's been a global world forever. I don't know why all of a sudden everybody's getting all shitty about it. Anyways, that was good. I like that. Good pick, guys. I'm not sure what you mean, Sam. I'm not sure. I'm gonna save that comment. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm gonna save that comment so I can come back to it. How do I deal with fireworks night? Like Guy Fawkes night? I love Guy Fawkes night. I did a Guy Fawkes stream this year. Yeah, so the Christmas card thing. So there's a poll. I did put a poll out, and I can't share this one, but there's 122 votes, and 39% said, nah, what's the point? And 61% said, of course, I love them. So it's still a big deal here. It's not that big deal in America that much anymore, to be honest. Victorians had gas lights, gas pipes in the wall all over the house, except the maids, they carried a candle. Okay. But there are candles on the tree, at least in that picture it did. And I've seen a lot of pictures where they did. So I don't know. I still think it's crazy to put candles anywhere near a tree. I know people who put candles like on their mantle with all their Christmas decorations around it, and I'm like, what are you doing? The street lights were gas as well at that point. I don't really know when the conversion happened. I'm not that steeped in history. So the British Christmas was from Queen Victoria, who was German. Well, her husband was German, and the UK and the USA celebrate the German festivals. Yeah, that makes total sense. You remember your nan's gaslight in her front room? Really? Interesting. Coins are no longer put into Christmas puddings due to health and safety. That makes sense. I still have the sixpence from the last Christmas with my mom's mom. Oh, that's sweet. We were at when we were in Rochester, we were doing some thrifting since the festival was canceled, and we were in one of the shops, and they had a bunch of the old money for sale, and me and my daughter were looking at them, and we were trying to figure out which one was which, and then playing a little game trying to figure out which one was which. Santa Claus used to wear green? Really? I didn't know that. Goose, yeah, I remember Goose from the Christmas Carol. It was a big deal to have the goose, right? I had my German heart biscuits. I'm not sure what that is. Advertising yourself all over other people's videos. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I get the concepts, but I don't know exactly what you're suggesting that I do. I don't know. If you have, Sam, if you have thoughts, email them to me over the next couple of weeks so that I can do some research and do some thinking on it to really delve into it, because obviously it's never fun when other people just use your content and steal your content. Girl Gone London did a really good video about her take on the good and the bad of people reacting to content and stuff. I don't go as far as asking permission, but I always credit, and I always try to at least make sure that the name's visible if I can, or make sure that you guys know what channel it's from. And to be quite honest, I almost always get copyrighted. So like a lot of your stuff is like a lot of that stuff is just something that I just do for fun with you guys on the stream. I don't do react videos. So someone's going to take a video of mine to react to it. I take it for personally, I take it as a sign that I'm obviously saying something interesting and doing something well. So that's a big plus for me. And I kind of view it as free advertising, to be honest with you, because my face is on it. It's not like it's a faceless channel or they're taking footage or pictures or anything like that. But I am working on behind the scenes stuff to like for security and copyright and stuff for my own stuff. Again, it just takes time and money, to be honest. There's my email, Sam. But yeah, I mean, if you have thoughts or you can recommend anything, definitely send me an email and let me know. And if you guys want to give me a shout out, or you have suggestions for something to react to, or you want to see me do a video on a specific topic, or you want my thoughts on something, send me an email or, leave it in the comments. I am getting to the comments. That's one of my goals for the holiday break, to try to catch up. I read a lot of them. I just can't always respond to them right away. Sometimes I'm in the middle of something, but feel free to email us anything that you'd like. TJ, that is totally not true. Anyone, you guys, so I'm going to give you a shout out, TJ. TJ does have her own YouTube channel, and it is quite fun. I really like TJ. I really like how you show the little bits and pieces about local towns. I just watched the video yesterday or the day before about the one about the loo, and it's now a building. They built around it to protect it or something. Yeah, I like your stuff. I think you're fun. I think you're very interesting. I think I just hit on a niche or niche, however y'all want to say it. That it just seems to be very popular at the moment. Oh, thank you, Manny. Shout out to Girl Gone London. Yeah, she's really cool. She was one of the first channels that I discovered when I was getting ready to come here, and I saw some of her videos, and I was very excited about that because it was stuff that I was like, yes, I need to know this stuff. I need to know what's going on. I appreciate the compliment though, Minnie, and I appreciate you being here. Cool. It's very easy. It's hicksondiaries@gmail.com. You can always just let me know if you have any problem. You liked my outtakes? Well, Sam suggested including bloopers. And the bloopers segment from my birthday party seemed to be pretty exciting. The bloopers that I showed about you guys calling me out and me never being ready and stuff like that seemed to be really popular. You all liked it. So, and Sam was right. Sam suggested it, and it seems to be going over well. A lot of people seem to like it. And I started to think about it as I was doing it, the first one. I was like, I actually really love watching a movie when I'm watching a movie or something, and during the credits they show clips of bloopers and stuff. So I was like, I'd like to kind of replicate that a little bit. I still have to tweak it. I'm not great at it still. The editing process is still something that's new to me, but I do enjoy it, and I like doing the bloopers. Sometimes I just forget. There's always bloopers in every video, trust me, because I am not good at this. But I enjoy it, I have fun, and you guys are very gracious. So we're not going to get to the jokes, but that's okay. Not a problem. It's because we had so much fun talking and chatting. So I think that I'm going to end it there because it's 9:30. I'm going to end it there. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and check out the community tab, because I'm going to be talking about our whatever we're going to be doing for our New Year's live stream in the community tab. Like I said, there's always polls and fun stuff going on. I try to post pictures of what's going on as well. Also, don't forget, Saturday at noon starts the countdown to Christmas with a twist. It's my 12 faves of Christmas, my countdown. 12 faves of Britain countdown. It's going to be fun. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. But definitely leave honest feedback. Yeah, if you're interested in expat life, cultural differences, or you just want to check out my life, or you just like to hate watch me or make fun of me, totally fine. I appreciate it. This is definitely the show for you. So if you could subscribe, hit the bell, make sure you hit a like on your way out if you haven't already. And I love having these real-time chats and discussions with you. I'll see you in a couple weeks. And we're going to do another show on New Year's Eve. The next show will be even better because I'm going to be doing it with you guys. That's what makes it the best. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your Christmas holiday. Love you all. Thank you for everything. And I will see you on New Year's. Bye, guys.